So this right here, what you guys are seeing on the screen, is the biggest mistake the FIFA have made. And we saw yesterday what happened in that game. And we saw Christy Wallace on the floor. We actually saw, in the month of September, in the year of our Lord 2024, we saw Christy Wallace on the floor in a WNBA game. This is the same Christy Wallace that could not get on the court for Australia in the Olympics. And yes, I know Australia got bronze, but she was getting DNPs. She was, the one game she played big minutes, they lost to Nigeria. She had more turnovers than points in the Olympics. She got on for 3 minutes at the end of the game and turned the ball over 3 times. We saw Christy Wallace on the floor. And you can see right here who's on the screen. The perfect player for that backup to Lexi Hull role. But before we get on to it, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We are so close to 35K. We're not going to hit it by the end of the day. But if we can get that by tip off tomorrow, that would be insane. And also, if you guys are interested, we do have merch right here. Link will be in the description. I'm a big fan of this hoodie with the something that may or may not be the face of the damn league replacing the logo. But yeah, so anyway, we got to talk about Celeste Taylor here. We really do. And it's a lot of people, when we were saying about Celeste Taylor, it's oh, Celeste Taylor was the player to solve everything. Celeste Taylor would be this unbelievable player. She changed everything. But the reality is that 5th starter spot, they couldn't figure it out. I think as far as the power forward is concerned, we have one of the better backup power forwards in the league in Temi Fagbenle. We have one of the better backup centers in Damaris Dant. Sorry, we have a mid-level backup center in Dantas, one of the better backup power forwards in Temi, just because I think on the defensive end, there aren't that many better power forwards in the entire league than her. Off the top of my head, who's better at that position on the defensive end? I'm not even sure AT's better than her. Stewie, I think when she's fully committed, the defense is better. I think Temi's a better defender than Angel Reese, but they're different types of defenders. Reese is better on the perimeter, Temi's better inside, but it's a close one. She is one of the top 3 or 4. It's just Temi, who had been terrible on offense, hit a huge jump shot yesterday. Temi has gotten better on offense, and once she figures it out, she was a scorer for London Lions, who were a good Euro Cup team. It's not like that team didn't have Gustafsson, Temi, Carly Samuelson, Holly Winterburn. So they were pretty stacked, and Temi was at times their best player. So the one issue is that 5th starter position that Katie Lou Samuelson was there for. And look, I'm going to make a video about Katie Lou, and the worst part about this is Katie Lou seems like a great person, but at the end of the day, just like in the NBA, I'm just trying to think of a player that seems like a good person that got a max contract. Nobody really, because we have to treat this like it's a sport. And Katie Lou Samuelson is actually the reason why this team can't get a max contract player. Because Katie Lou, if I'm Indiana, I'm trading away a pick just to get off her. Because you can go for the championship next year, you can't with Katie Lou on the team. And Lexi Hull's come in as that 5th starter. Lexi Hull's been exceptional. He's been absolutely exceptional. And the problem is, we are seeing Erica Wheeler at small forward minutes. We are actually seeing Erica Wheeler coming in and playing the small forward position. And look, it's not like Celeste Taylor is a super tall player. She's playing the point guard at times for the Phoenix Mercury. But she's not 5'6". She's not Erica Wheeler. Erica Wheeler, to give her credit, she's hit a couple of shots. To give her credit, she is very much saying, I'll play the small forward. Christy Sides is not letting her play the point guard anymore, thankfully. But she is playing small forward when Caitlin Clark's on the floor. And she's actually not been terrible. But it's you cannot go out there with a lineup with Erica Wheeler and Kelsey Mitchell on the floor at the same time with Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is not a small forward. She can't really guard small forwards. She is 6 foot. She plays like she's 6 foot on offense, but she plays like she's 5'6" on defense. Erica Wheeler is a much worse version of a Kelsey Plum defender, as in just throws herself around but actually can't guard anybody. And Kelsey Mitchell in her defense has actually gotten a lot better on defense since the break. So Celeste Taylor would have been perfect, but you got rid of her. Why did Christy Sides get rid of Celeste Taylor? Because she was starting Christy Wallace. It's the fault of Christy Wallace. I don't even know why I'm struggling to speak there. It is the fault of Christy Wallace, because Christy Sides had her rotation at that small forward position of Christy Wallace is our dog. She is the worst player in the league. Sorry, second worst player in the league. Katie Lou, you're our backup. the worst player in the league that is getting minutes. Then third, Lexi, you only play in some games. Fourth, Celeste Taylor, you're not even playing in garbage time. Celeste Taylor was being treated like Victoria Saxton. And look, I don't actually know if Victoria Saxton can play basketball or not. Like that, she is in a league where you only bring 12 players. She is a literal just there to be a cheerleader. I don't know. Like that is the most perplexing thing I've seen. That there are so many elite. Like they could have cut Victoria Saxton and they had more money than what Seattle paid Gabby Williams. They had the money to look for one of the like more expensive free agents. They could have, and look, I get it, they're not like for like. They could have cut her and brought in Odyssey Sims for the rest of the season contract. You know what they also could have done? When the week that Celeste Taylor went and played for the Sun, they're already paying Celeste Taylor, by the way. They're still paying her contract. They could have cut Saxon and brought Taylor back. They actually could have done that. And look, Celeste Taylor has been like, she's been passed around teams. She's been cut 4 times in her rookie year. But every single time, the next day, she's brought back because she can play. She's been signing these contracts to good teams and is instantly in the rotation. Celeste Taylor is the perfect backup for Lexi Hull. Because she plays defense like Lexi Hull. She's not the greatest shooter in the world, but she plays defense. She's athletic. She can pass. She can play basketball. Like, I don't know how was Christy Wallace ever good at basketball? Like, we saw in the Olympics. Like, I would actually, like, if Christy Wallace rocked up, this version of Christy Wallace rocked up to Ireland, there are better players in the Irish Superleague, women's wise. Like, there are better players in the Women's National League than the way Christy Wallace is playing right now. And look, her confidence is completely shot. And that's fine. At the end of the day, a lot of basketball is confidence. But, like, her confidence is shot. But she sucked when she wasn't confident. She sucked when she was confident. Like, you had Celeste Taylor. You actually had a perfect running mate for Caitlin Clark. A player that was a second-round pick would have been perfectly fine coming off the bench. And we've seen it from Phoenix. If she's giving you 2 minutes, if she's giving you 22 minutes, or if she's starting and giving you 35, you get the same effort from Celeste Taylor. You get defense. You get a person who can actually seem to play the sport of basketball well. And, like, obviously these players are elite. But, like, between Christy Wallace and Katie Lou Samuelson, their biggest problems, like, regardless of the missing shots, like, Christy Wallace is struggling to hit the rim at the minute. Katie Lou Samuelson is struggling to catch the ball and run in a straight line. Like, I'm just so shocked about this. Like, this is the one thing. They're like, oh, we need to experiment. We need to see what we can do in the playoffs because, like, if Lexi Hull's in foul trouble, we're screwed. And whose fault is that? Lynn Dunn and Christy Sides. It's Christy Sides' fault for not playing her. It's Lynn Dunn's fault for cutting her. And it's Lynn Dunn's fault for signing Katie Lou Samuelson to a $175,000 a year contract. Katie Lou's one of the 30 most expensive players in the league. What are you guys doing? What are you doing?